5 places you can live like a king for cheap. Living on a shoestring budget in many countries is possible, and you don't need to make major compromises to your lifestyle to live cheaply. The US and Euro are still quite strong compared to South America, Southeast Asia, and Africa. And if you're planning to move from a country with a strong currency, you'll likely be able to live far above your means. For example, as I write this, the Philippine peso, PHP, is 50.02 to the US dollar. Generally speaking, everything will be cheaper for you in the Philippines and many other countries. This means rent, food, and much more will come at almost half the cost. And in some cases, even cheaper than a third of the cost. Number 1. Colombia. Colombia is infamously known as the center of the drug trade for the 80s and 90s. There have been countless movies and television shows made during this time period, including the now popular Netflix Narcos series. The country of Colombia now is much different. It's a beautiful country with lush green forests and a beautiful coastline. More importantly, the corruption and crime are now much lower. Due to the decline of crime, many foreigners have begun to flock to the country. It's also very cheap to live in. Most will tell you that you need $1,000 to $1,300 USD a month to live a decent life there, but others have been known to do it cheaper. Number 2. Malaysia. Malaysia is located in the Malay Peninsula and is bordered by Thailand to the north and Singapore to the south. With a landmass of 40,000 square kilometers more than Texas, the country is diverse and rich in nature and urban centers. Malaysia is a paradise with the tranquil beaches of Langkawi Island to the Raman National Park. It offers visitors an exotic taste of jungle paradise and remote islands right outside of the hustle and bustle of its cities. Most will tell you that you need $1,000 to $1,500 USD a month to live a decent life there, but others have been known to do it cheaper. Number 3. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is about the same size as Lake Michigan and is located in Central America, bordered by Panama on the south, the Caribbean Sea on the east, and the Pacific on the west. Costa Rica is an attractive location for US citizens because much of the population speaks English as a second language, and you can use US dollars there. While Costa Rica isn't the cheapest place to live in Central America, you can find a piece of this paradise at a reasonable cost. The country is known for its amazing beaches and nature. The wildlife there is unparalleled to anywhere else in the world. And if you enjoy hiking or birding, there is no better country to live in. In fact, there are 500,000 species of wild animals. Many of the animals are even rare or endangered. The tropical rainforests of Costa Rica provide for toucans, sloths, and many other exotic species. Most will tell you that you need $1,000 to $1,500 USD a month to live a decent life there, but others have been known to do it cheaper. Number 4. The Philippines. The Philippines is a tropical paradise that boasts over 7,000 islands. Sounds expensive, right? Well, it's actually quite affordable to live in the Philippines. Its distance and lack of infrastructure keep its prices from soaring to the levels of the Caribbean. Additionally, there has been a significant amount of government corruption that has held the economy back. But the country as a whole is incredibly beautiful, and the people are known as the most hospitable people in the world. While the country is known as an island paradise, the friendly people are what makes the place so great. The Philippines peso, PHP, averages about 50 for every $1 USD. So the dollar or euro goes quite far. Rent can be expensive in the city, but it's reasonable to say you can rent an apartment with Western amenities for $300 to $400 USD. If you eat locally or shop for food in local markets, food can be very cheap. Most will tell you that you need $1,200 to $1,500 USD a month to live a decent life there, but others have been known to do it cheaper. Number 5. India. India is a big country. And to say the entire country is cheap to live in would be inaccurate. Places like Mumbai or Delhi can be expensive to live in, and these cities can also be quite stressful as well. Although there are plenty of rural areas and beachfront towns that offer a very cheap cost of living. Cities like Goa or Bangalore are known to offer Western amenities, and they are far cheaper than many other cities in the country. English fluency is moderate in tourist areas, and you can get by with a few phrases. But it will be a struggle to communicate, so you'll probably need to be comfortable learning the language. Goa's official language, which is spoken by a majority of its residents, is Konkani. Safety is another concern, especially for women. India has been known to have quite a bit of cases of sexual harassment towards women tourists over the years. So women should make sure to pick a location that isn't rural, well-populated, and has a decent police presence. The Indian rupee, INR, averages about 75 for every $1 USD. So the dollar or euro goes quite far. Rent can be expensive in the city, but it's reasonable to say you can rent an apartment with Western amenities for $275 to $350 USD. Most will tell you that you need $800 to $1,200 USD a month to live a decent life there, but others have been known to do it cheaper.